Sometimes I make my own games. Hi, and welcome to my first ever devlog where I will be working on an untitled arcade-like golf game. Yeah, that doesn't really define what it is. Honestly, I don't know what I'm doing yet. I'm mostly doing this to push myself to actually finish a project. I'm sure many of you can relate to this, but I tend to constantly start new projects. Whenever I make any kind of progress in one project, I'm already working on all these grand ideas for my next. So I decided to do something simple and document the journey, something I feel like I can actually finish and finally release a game. Oh, and a quick FYI, I don't really do graphics, so that's one of the reasons why I decided on a golf game. A ball as a character shouldn't be too difficult, I hope. And the game doesn't have a name yet, so it's just Untitled Golf Game for now, or UGG for short, I guess. UGG. I decided to challenge myself and not use the built-in physics engine in Unity. I felt like I didn't really get that arcade-like feeling I'm trying to achieve. There was always something a bit off. If it wasn't the weight of the ball, it was the weight bounce when hitting a wall. Now, I'm not going to blame it on the physics engine, but rather on me being too impatient to wrap my head around how everything actually works. I'm instead using the built-in character controller. And yeah, I know it probably wasn't meant for games like this, but hey, I kind of got it working as I wanted. There's still plenty of fine-tuning to do, but it already feels much better in my opinion. There's some hiccups I need to take care of, such as the gravity and drag being way too intense, not allowing the ball to roll enough. I was testing this with an isometric camera at first, but decided to go for a bit more of a, fake isometric camera. So it's kind of the same angle, but perspective instead for that bit of depth. I quite like them both, but I'll stick with the perspective projection now. The controls are no big surprise really. Drag to aim and release the mouse button to shoot. I then calculate the drag distance to use as a force and add it with the direction to the movement of the ball. I check for collisions and use vector3.reflect to reflect the direction. I used a similar solution on my first physics-based prototype, but this feels a bit snappier, more arcade-like. I did have problems with slopes though, where the ball would get stuck and not roll down. I'm guessing this is a limit in the character controller. But my solution is to, with a raycast, check the surface below the ball, get the normal from it and return the value as a vector3 that I add to my current movement. On a flat surface I'm essentially adding a vector3.0, but as soon as I'm on a slope I get its angle to add to the movement. I've also started working on a very simple level to test on. I won't be doing too much yet as I'm prioritizing fun gameplay now. This is also something I tend to do. I aim for a quick prototype, but I start worrying about the look of the game too soon. This time I'll try my best not to care about that just yet. And that's it. Just a quick introduction to what I'm currently working on. This is just a fun little side project I'm doing, as I'm working full time. I will work on this project whenever I have the time and try to get a new devlog up soon to show you the progress that I've made. And of course, let me know if you have any feedback, comments or critiques. I'm all ears. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.